I'm the raw vegan cowboy. I'm just a raw vegan cowboy, just a rolling down the trail. Wind, my pocket, and the laws on my tail. Oh, enough of that. Hi, this is Trace Perot. I'm the Raw Vegan Cowboy on Instagram, Facebook. No, I'm Tracy Ray on Facebook and YouTube. This is going out on YouTube. So I wanted to do a raw vegan video, which I haven't done for a long time. And yeah, so this one's called, what is this one called? This one's called Raw Vegan, Organic Raw Vegan and Sexual Potency. This is about sexual potency. This is an interesting one, so stay tuned. The lighting kind of sucks. Hold on just a minute. See how that is? I think it's because it's coming in from back of me. So yeah, although that sounds like an unusual topic, wow, this thing is just like, the lighting is like Tweak City. I know it's an unusual topic, but it's one that should be addressed, and I've made a recent discovery that just kind of blew my mind a little bit. So if we go back to the 1970s or 80s, I was reading an article. About sexual potency and how they measured it, in a clinical trial. And the way they measured it was they found out the most outstanding characteristic of male sexuality, sexual potency, or whatever you want to call it, that they could measure was something that is, well, it has a slang term that they use, but anyways, it was basically, it was an erection that a male gets when they have to go pee, right? So these scientists concluded that by measuring or gauging or keeping track of how many times a man got up in the morning and had to go pee and had an erection, right, which they called a pee boner, for lack of a better term. So how many times a man would have a pee boner, right? The consistency, like every day or once a week or something like this. And the more times that they woke up with an erection and had to go pee meant that they were more potent sexually, right? So what they discovered is that males in their late teens and early 20s by far had this phenomena occur. Excuse me, I've got allergies, my nose is itching. So, and as they got older, they had fewer and fewer what they called PP boners, right? Or erections, we'll call them urination erections, okay? So, yeah, so they made this conclusion. I just happened to be reading this article. I don't know where it was, the LA Times or something, And they did this big study, and that's what they found. They found that males in their late teens and early 20s by far had more urination erections than other males, and that it decreased as men got older. So if you're like 70, right, it never happens, right? So, um, anyways, I was sitting, I was reading something, and I was looking at I think I was scrolling on Instagram or something, and something came up on a website called NADS, and this was like a couple months ago, well, 3 months ago, maybe 3-4 months ago. Something came up on Instagram, an advertisement for NADS, NAD, whatever that spells, and they were advertising organic underwear, okay, organic cotton underwear for men. And I just had an aha moment. I said, oh, well, I need to get rid of all my underwear and purchase this organic underwear because I'm into organic stuff. I mean, I'm into organic food, 100% organic, raw vegan. And I always used to go out of my way to get clothes that were cotton, and if I could, I'd get organic, but it's kind of rare, and they are very expensive. Organic clothes are very expensive. So I immediately ordered $200 worth of organic cotton underwear, right? 8 pairs. And then I went into my closet. When they arrived, I went into my closet and I threw all my other underwear away, used them as rags, whatever, got rid of them. So then I start waking up, after a couple of days of wearing this organic underwear all the time and nothing else, no other underwear, I start waking up with an erection, a urination erection, a pee-pee boner, right? So then I start waking up, a few days later, because raw vegans tend to pee like 10, 15 times a day, right? So, I invariably get up in the middle of the night 3, maybe 4 times, right? I get up to take a pee, right? So all of a sudden, I've got an erection every time I get up to take a pee, right? So I'm getting like 2 or 3 erections at night, when I have to go pee, right? Never happened. That hasn't happened in years. Okay, I mean that is so rare, right? So obviously the conclusion is that the organic underwear. Okay, so the chemicals in the underwear that I was wearing previously, which have dyes in them, and chlorine and all this kind of stuff, color to get the color, right? They might be tight fitting. So all of this stuff that they make this underwear in, men's underwear, has all these chemicals in it. And those are actually causing a reduction in male sexual potency. I mean, that's the only conclusion you can come to, right? So even last night, 3 times I got up, I had an erection boner, right? Or a pee-pee boner before I had to pee, right? So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention because it kind of astounded me that the chemicals that they use in standard American clothing or whatever, standard Taiwanese clothing, those chemicals have a definite effect on your metabolism, right? Your energy and everything else. Now, I've always known that. I mean, you can wear certain types of clothing and it drains your energy. Of course, if you're 75 pounds overweight and you're numb and, you're eating steak every day or whatever, you're not going to notice this kind of stuff, right? Because you're numb, right? And if you're numb, you're not going to feel these things. But if you're not numb, if you're eating living foods every day and exercising and doing yoga and all this stuff, you're definitely going to feel the effects of, chemicals in food, poisons in food. And now we know definitely, the effects of chemicals in your clothes, which, obviously they get absorbed by your pores. Now, I've always avoided any kind of polyester or nylon. I mean, it's almost impossible, but the only nylon I wear is like bike riding clothes. And so now I've sworn that I am not going to purchase any more clothes unless they are organic. So as my clothes wear out, I'm replacing them by organic cotton, right? I don't use wool because I don't believe in shearing sheep. It's animal cruelty in the extreme. So I'm going to get everything in organic cotton or hemp. Hemp is another type of material. And I can't wait to see what the effects on my personal being, my outlook, my energy level, right, is going to be when I start wearing 100% organic clothing, right? I mean, I'm talking socks. I'm talking shoes when I can get them made out of hemp or made out of some other material. Nothing in leather, possibly Vibrams. I'm talking, everything organic, right? And we will see what that happens. But really, you have to admit it's kind of astounding because I have personal proof now that wearing organic underwear and sleeping in organic underwear, and eventually I will sleep on organic sheets and use only organic cotton blankets and pillows, right? So anyways, so now we know, right? So if you're even 30 years old, right, your sexual potency is declining according to standard American food and standard American or Taiwanese or Korean or Philippine or wherever they make the clothing that they sell in America. If you're using that clothing, it's having an effect, on most definitely on more than just your sexual potency, right? It's probably having a very significant effect on your longevity, right? Because it's, feeding your skin with all these chemicals, right? And the chemicals don't really wash out. I mean, it's amazing. So when I had my case of shingles, the only shirt I could wear was organic cotton t-shirts that I happened to have, right? Because any other kind of shirt just drove me crazy because I had it all over my stomach, right, and around my back. And if it was non-organic cotton and it touched those sores from the shingles, man, it just drove me crazy. So I wore nothing but organic t-shirts, organic cotton t-shirts during that whole shingles episode. So just wanted to bring that up for people who are going to watch this. And what else? Just to plug, I'm going to do I've done the first session, but I haven't gotten it uploaded yet. I'm starting a series called How to Be a Raw Vegan How to Be a Raw Vegan Organic Raw How to be organic raw vegan without really trying. So I'm starting this new series. We're going to get into the concepts about food, because I'm starting to realize that when you talk to people, if they don't get the concepts, they don't get the idea, they don't do it, right? They don't try it, even though they may have severe health problems, blah, 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 and they don't want to use chemicals or pharmaceuticals. They just don't get it unless they understand the concepts of being a raw vegan, which is different from just, okay, this is the best food you can get, here, eat it, No, they have to understand why you're doing it, all right? So what I'm doing is I'm doing a series. I'm taking snapshots of my meals, my lifestyle, whatever, and I'm explaining the concepts behind what I'm doing at that moment. So that's coming up. I also just posted the 3rd episode of my series on astrology called Cosmic Programming, which you really ought to take a look at, even if you're not into it, because by the end of the series, you probably will be into it, and it's going to help you tremendously in your life. What else am I doing? I'm also doing live online yoga sessions. usually Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Hawaii time. There's a little variation depending on what time I wake up. Sometimes I have to stay up late. And sometimes I do it on Tuesday and Thursday, like I just did one this morning, about an hour ago. And these are going live on Instagram, Raw Vegan Cowboy. They're also on Tracy Ray. Or, no, I always get mixed up. Raw Vegan Cowboy on Facebook. I think it's either that or it's Tracy Ray, which is my stage name. I think it's Tracy Ray, actually, on Facebook, TraciRay. And yeah, and so those are posted right after. So like 8:30, I post those up on Facebook, and they go on to Instagram. So if you're not up at 7 or you miss it, you can dial it up at any time, and you can do yoga with me. I'm basically almost a master of Hatha yoga. I've been doing it for 33 years. And so I started an online course. And yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. And I'm going to sign off. Yeah. So hopefully that'll help you out. It's pretty, it definitely astounds me, really, it does. And, once I get, once I get hooked up, again, I'm sure my partner will be very happy about that. Anyways, take care. Adios, Trace Perot, the Raw Vegan Cowboy.